A few students, in their pursuit to build a rocket, decided to dismantle the railway tracks of their small town. With all their might, they managed to remove a single rail, only to hear the sound of a train approaching rapidly. In a panic, they tried to put the rail back in place, but it was impossible to restore it to its original state. Left with no choice, they ran towards the train, desperately trying to stop it from moving forward. Fortunately, it was just a false alarm. The train switched tracks at the last moment, revealing that the rail they had dismantled had been abandoned for many years. They took the removed rail to a scrapyard and used the money from selling it to purchase high-strength, heat-resistant steel for their rocket. While the material issue was resolved, a new problem quickly emerged. The rocket kept exploding unexpectedly, sometimes even immediately after ignition or worse, turning back towards them. After numerous failures, they concluded that the propellant contained bubbles, causing the rocket to explode before even taking off. They decided to improve the fuel by using high-purity alcohol, heating, and blending it over a fire, resulting in a brand new booster fuel. Excited, they returned to the launch site, only to find a crowd gathered to mock them. Homer, feeling apprehensive, set up the ignition device and retreated to the safety shelter before pulling the trigger. This time, the rocket neither turned nor exploded. Instead, it soared straight into the sky. After countless failures, they had finally succeeded. The people who had come to ridicule them began cheering for their success, and the entire rocket team became the talk of the school. The teacher encouraged Homer to participate in a science competition and gifted him a professional book on rocket manufacturing. Their story was even published in the newspaper. However, their joy was short-lived. The principal, accompanied by the police, confronted them. A forest fire had broken out 5 kilometers from their launch site, and the remains of a rocket were found at the scene, leading to the conclusion that their rocket had caused the blaze. In front of the entire school faculty and students, the police took them to the station. As they were minors, they were ultimately released after a stern lecture. However, Homer's father, who had never supported his rocket-building endeavors, was utterly disappointed in him. Disheartened, they went to the rocket launch site and burned down the place where their dreams had begun. As the base turned to ashes, so did their dreams. To make matters worse, that night, the mine collapsed unexpectedly. Homer's father was severely injured while trying to save his co-workers.
Tell you what, Homer, a dozen men would have died today if it hadn't been for your dad.
As his father was carried away, Homer was filled with guilt and self-blame. He had always felt that the coal mine held a higher place in his father's heart than his love for his family. Only now did he understand that his father was protecting the lives of the workers in the mine and shouldering the responsibility of countless families. The next day, Homer's mother informed him and his brother that their father's eyes might go blind. According to the rules, the coal mining company could only cover a portion of the medical expenses. With his father unable to work due to his injuries, someone from the family had to take over his position, or else the mine would repossess their house and furniture.